but I'm just gonna be completely blunt. It feels like an unconscious Karen behavior with you.
Ooh.
Labeling you. I'm not labeling.
Here, so I want to know,
you know what? If there's racist undertone, that's not my fault.
What's up, y'all? It's Brian Keith, and I'm back with another video. We're gonna be talking about the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, season 13, episode 10. And I just want to give a disclaimer, trigger warning. Obviously, there's gonna be topics within this episode that's basically going to be could potentially be triggering. And I just want to make sure that you know. Within the comments, I want you guys to comment. I want you guys to give me your perspective. I love this aspect of doing YouTube, that I can communicate with people and hear y'all perspective as well. Because sometimes I'm wrong, but I'm gonna stand it. But also just be respectful, because you know we want to make sure, especially within this community and my channel, I want to make sure it's very inclusive and bringing people together and not pushing people away. But y'all comment, subscribe, and let's get into the video.
Yeah, let me check my shit real quick. Hotter than the fire coming out my flaming lips. You wanna play with me? You can't play in me. On the playground, bitch, you can't play with me. Got it, want it, securing the bag.
So I want to start this episode. We're gonna start the episode where it left off, which is Denise facing off with Erika.
Not want to fight, okay?
What do you want from her?
For you to do what you did about my kids.
And like Erika said, Denise, this is your second time, really third, but second time going after Erika, and it just doesn't make sense, or you just don't land the plane. My whole thing is when she's saying you talked about my daughter, it was very inappropriate. But they bring up as well, girl, you was talking about how big Aaron's pee-pee is. You said it was thick, it was brown, it was nice, it girthy, it gaped. You said all of that, ma'am, in front of your kids too. So my whole thing is, I feel like you wanted a beef with Erika and started a situation with Erika because you thought that, okay, let me go after one of the big dogs so it could make me, get more into the fold.
Some sexual stuff, whatever. Well, not all of us. Hold on. You single me out, take me to coffee and talk about, well, my children.
Which is fine. But you fumbled the bag because like Erika said, girl, you coming after me, you doing all this, you had 2 times to really say what you got to say, and you missed the mark. Now, before I speed by, Denise did kinda, cause they would start going on, they start having a face off. They start drinking their wine, they start drinking their drink. They're like, Denise is like this, Erika's like, she's like,
I didn't want this fight.
Denise really could have went there, but I feel like she didn't go there how she wanted to. And when Denise was like, okay, but you want to talk about all this stuff, but let's talk about you. Let's talk about how you had $20 million deposited in your bank account. I said, ooh, like Garcel, oh shit. Oh shit.
No, $20 million was deposited in your account.
Oh.
And Erika, I feel like the thing that Erika is masterful with, especially now, is staying calm. Because once someone knows how to gag you, they gonna pull that card every time. So when Erika was like,
no, not actually, really, that's not the case. At the end of the day, the court already denounced that, and that's not true.
She was very even keeled. She didn't give her what she wanted, and it flopped. So it just made Denise just look crazy. Erika just told her, look, you had 2 shots, you missed both times. I'm leaving. Goodbye.
Conversation over. Bye.
We transport over to the next day, and we see Crystal talking to her husband, and she's talking about how all the women want her to yell and scream. She's like, y'all want me to scream all the time.
Speaking up, you're so quiet.
You need to speak up.
This group wants me to scream all the time.
No, you just don't have no opinion. And I don't know what it is, because when Crystal first came in, low-key Crystal was gagging girls left and right? But I feel like what Crystal do, she'll say all that stuff in her confessionals, but after the fact. But she'll say nothing in the scenes. She'll be mute and just a bystander. And at the end of the day, you fade in the background with Anne-Marie. Literally. So I'm just at this point, what are we doing? Right? So her husband's just like, okay, if you have a lot of opinions, you say what you got to say. So say it. What are we doing? So she was like, yeah, I just don't like the fact that all the ladies are so super thin. They're super thin. And I can see how triggering that is. In these big major cities, especially fashion capitals like London, Milan, New York, Los Angeles, these big cities where you have a lot of population of models. being thin is like basically the thing. Like, you know, the modeling industry has become more inclusive, but it hasn't become that much inclusive, right? People are still over here bone skinny. So it's triggering her because we already know that she had an eating situation, and you know, she's trying to work herself through that, and she's just like, you know, looking around, I want to make sure I'm confident within myself.
You're too self-conscious.
I work very hard to feel comfortable in groups that I'm in, and I finally started to feel more myself.
And I don't want to, you know, these ladies are basically triggering me, you know, to have these thoughts about whatever else, right? I can understand that. I'm not going to be like, at the end of the day, don't let anybody trigger you. Certain things can trigger you. So I understand that. I can see that with Crystal, but she don't say nothing about it. That could have been a great talking point to bring up, like amongst the ladies, especially all of them there, especially when they talk about Sutton not eating because of her throat and all these other things, with Erika over here looking like she has lost a whole other human. Like, girl, she just, I'm like, where it go? So that could have been a great talking point, but what it was. We see Erika go over to Dorit's house, and they're talking about the whole aftermath with, you know, Denise, and how Denise was really trying to, but it just didn't land. And then they bring up Garcel and the situation with Garcel. So we transfer over to Garcel's house. She's on the FaceTime with Sutton, and she's basically telling Sutton, she's just like, yeah, you know, the word attack really made me feel some type of way. And I just don't like that. And Sutton's just like, yes, you know, it's a connotation of basically, you know, referring to you, or could label you, or have the viewers, because we have to realize that people are watching this, right? Or going to watch this as an angry black woman.
Kind of go towards that
Aggressive. Yes.
And I feel like the thing I've seen online has been really irritating my soul, because I'm just like, for minorities to also, I feel like everybody can relate to the fact of being in a situation where they are either the only minority or amongst, like the only, let's say with me, let's say my mom, my sister, myself, we are one of a few black people within our work environment, right? So it's just one of those things where it's triggering, because let's say with Garcel, she's telling you how she feels, and everybody's just ignoring it. So when I go online and I see all these people bashing her, talking about she's making it about race, I'm like, y'all are missing the point, because you have to realize that she's telling you how she feels. And you talk about it makes it about race. She's telling you how she feels. How she feels is, I don't like the word attack, period. And the fact that Sutton and Erika get it, but everybody else is just aloof about this situation, is really irritating my soul, right? We're just gonna go ahead and jump to it. I'm skipping Sutton's dates because low-key boring. Sutton is picky as hell. Cause I'm like, Sutton, ma'am, she's like, I want a billionaire.
I want me a good old billionaire.
Girl, me too. Okay, Dorit and Garcel, they go out for lunch, right? They sit down. It's awkward.
It's a little awkward.
I know. Do you want to look at the menu?
No. I mean, yeah, sure, let's do that. Sure.
She's like, oh, hi. What are you going to eat? Oh, okay. I feel like the problem is this with Garcel and Dorit. They don't like each other. They're not cool with each other. They're forcing a friendship when they don't like each other, right? They just need to say, like, look, I'm not friends with you. You're not friends with me. It's not going to click. It's never going to click. Everybody wants to say, well, Garcel, always go after Dorit. No. When they were sitting at that table, when Garcel said, F you, Dorit started with Garcel.
It doesn't sit well with me, Garcel, and I want to know what is going on. It's like a bully.
About the whole situation when she brought up Erika's talking to Tom. Dorit brought that up. Dorit also brought up the whole toothless and homeless situation. Girl, I don't know the name. And she was like, oh, Garcel, but you're laughing. Like there weren't other people laughing. Kathy, Sutton, all these other people laughing, right? Garcel goes after Dorit as well. It's a back and forth.
Impact. You have to know who you're dealing with. There are 3 words you don't say to black women. You don't say aggressive, you don't say attack, and you don't say angry.
It's irritating me very much, because she sits down and she tells Dorit, like, look, the word attack has a negative connotation to it of basically trying to paint me as this angry black woman. And also, I didn't do anything in the moment that would have made you say that. All I said was, it feels like you're throwing her situation under the bus and you weren't even there for the full conversation. So you're speaking about something that you do not know. And I just protected my friend, saying that, hey, I just feel like you're over here trying to embarrass her. But I'm attacking you. When Sutton, we just went over here and said, tell me why you brought it up. Tell me why you brought it up. Tell me why you brought it up.
I'm not here to educate you. That's not my job. I don't have the bandwidth to do it. Need to be aware of who you're talking to and when you're talking to them and what you say.
Right? So Dorit is over here deflecting, and becoming defensive. And don't get me wrong, I understand why she's gonna become defensive. They don't like each other, so they're not gonna hear each other. So she's just like, well, I feel like you're trying to paint me and say these things and basically say that I'm racist. And I'm like, and Garcel's like, I'm not saying anything. She said, well, that's what you're trying to say. You're having an undertone. And like Garcel said, if that's what it looks like, then that's what it looks like. I'm not saying shit, but that's what it looks like, then that's what it is.
Like an unconscious Karen behavior with you.
But there's
I'm not
implication
labeling.
here, so I want to
you know what? If there's racist undertone, that's not my fault.
Garcel brought up the whole situation a few years ago when she was talking about, you know, minorities helping her at her house, cleaning. My kids love the minorities. My mother's best friend is black. And then she brought that up, and then like that's when she was like, okay, it seems like you're trying to call me racist.
That brown people only help at your house?
No.
Okay.
No, my mother's best friend is black.
Do I think Dorit is racist? No. Do I think Dorit is vapid and absent-minded at times? Yes. Because you then go to Instagram the week that the episode came out, and then you then say, oh, well, you know, me here in my bubble. It's one of the things where it's a lack of awareness, and to be honest, you're gonna have to answer for that at the reunion. And then for you to bring up the privilege part, Garcel has a privilege, Dorit has a privilege. But there's two different type of privileges. There's a privilege that someone automatically has because of what they look like, and there's a privilege that people earned. Garcel is a rich black woman by what she did in the industry and how she maneuvered herself through life. Some people have a privilege by just being born the way they look. Right? Now, society, I feel like, has been aware of that, and we are trying to work through that as a society. However, the facts remain the fucking same, and it's triggering me because Garcel is telling you how she feels. I feel like this because you said this, and then you bring up, well, you bring up a privilege, but I'm Jewish. What does that have to do with the price in tea in motherfucking China?
I mean, you do realize I'm Jewish, Garcel.
What does that have to do with anything?
Well, you reduced me to privilege.
Right? It's gaslighting. It's triggering. Oh, bitch, It's gaslighting and it's triggering for the simple fact that I have plenty of situations where I felt like I had no voice. I could not speak about certain things. I had to just let stuff go, even though I feel like there's favoritism. There's over here people being pushed forward ahead of me, and I have to work 3 times just as hard to get the same thing with less pay. And for her to try to throw being Jewish in there, to me, we all know the history about the Jewish community, everything. I respect it all, right? And I don't want people to try to play the oppression Olympics with the Holocaust and slavery. You cannot compare the two. Both were fucking horrible. And I see online where people are trying to like, well, the Holocaust, slavery, why are we bringing it the fuck up? Moral of the story, people lost their motherfucking lives. And you bitches on Twitter and Instagram talking about, I can't believe that the Holocaust and the Jew. Garcel didn't say shit about that. it's just on a deflection where it's just like and then people are like, oh well, Garcel, so we can't say the word attack, we can't say the word attack, we can't say the word attack. Nobody's saying you can't say the word attack. For me, if you want to say Garcel attacked her, I want Garcel to cuss her the fuck out and then say, oh Garcel, you attacked me. Cool, it makes fucking sense. In this situation, we're trying to make a situation that did not exist. Garcel was calm and she told Dorit how she felt, and then y'all, oh, she attacked me. And that's just not what it was, right? It's just irritating because I hear stories from my mom, I hear stories from my friends, my girlfriends that are black, Latina. I hear stories from my sister. I hear all these stories where you feel like you can't, you feel like you have to shrink yourself because of, in those situations, you can't say how you really feel, right? I don't want to make this all about race because it's not. At the end of the day, can Garcel be, at the end of the day, moral of the story, can Garcel be a bitch to Dorit? Hell yes. She's shady as hell. We love her though. Can Dorit be absent-minded and trifling as fuck? Yes. Regardless of the fact, I think Dorit is funny. It's just in these situations, they don't like each other. They're not friends. And I just want them to be like, I don't fuck with that bitch and we not cool.
You've just been getting under my skin.
Yeah.
And I think with the things you say, and I think how you say them, and I think the last straw was you saying that I attacked you.
Well, Dorit basically sees the light, right? She says she was unaware. You know, she knows that moving forward, this is just like something she's gonna have to be more aware of, which is fine. Nobody, like I tell people, when people have unconscious biases, that just happens innately, just how nature versus nurture, just how people are just grown up. People just, sometimes you just don't know. Sometimes you're just ignorant to the fact, and that's fine, right? For me, it's like, for someone that can just be like, you know what? I didn't know. I apologize. Okay, you know, I'll do better. I just feel like a lot of people just don't want to be wrong. And that's what on Twitter, when people, they feel like Garcel, they feel, a lot of people want to tap dance around the issues, right? But regardless of the fact, they're moving forward. I just want them to just be real, like, I don't fuck with that bitch. And I will be cool. But y'all, let me know what you guys think down in the comments. It was a heavy episode, the highest rated so far this year. But how do y'all feel about watching the episode after watching Real Housewives of Salt Lake City? I'm still off a high on that. I'm like, yeah, y'all gonna have to do something. Even though the episode was good, don't hold me now. But I was like, Salt Lake City really went out with a bang. I'm sorry, I'm still talking about Salt Lake City. But y'all, let me know what you guys think. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.
Brian Keith, LG, Black View. Bet you didn't know we the Holy Trinity. Now let a guy stop a y'all and break your head here. Step into the room and get up in the bed. It tastes sweet, that's cause I'm good. It tastes sour cause I'm better than the hood. Cause I get you hyper when I'm running all around, cause I excite ya. Let me talk real quick. You can't even get with the shit. You wanna go toe to toe with my flow? This African all I really ask you for. Now I got to go. Got, bye-bye.